God bless Nigeria. Laws. What are laws? Laws could be rules. In some countries they call them constitution. In some countries they call them regulations. They call them bylaws or whatever you want to call it. They're just laws. And all over the world and throughout many generations, everybody are trying to find it. Let us call it perfect. Let us call it a foolproof law. A law that can catch all defaulters or whatever it may be. Why is there something wrong? By the fundamental principles of law, laws were never supposed to catch anybody. Laws were supposed to show something. Let's take a cue from this statement. In a land where there is no law, there is no transgression. That is like saying there's no way we can know this law has transgressed except we have a law. That means laws are only designed to show who is going to transgress or who has transgressed. In better statements, who has transgressed. Just to show them. Let's go to the fundamental place where we have the most simplest of all laws before they became complex. Let's go back to the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden. Adam was told one of the most simplest laws in the world. Do not eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Many people complain why God had to place that such a tree in the midst of the garden. I guess the concept is that you are mistaking the word center means. Center means everybody can see it. It is so obvious in everybody's mind. It means that if anybody transgresses that law in the center of the garden of our Commonwealth called Nigeria, it literally means that everybody in the nooks and crannies of our Commonwealth will immediately notice that this person has transgressed the law of the land. That's what the meaning of the word center means. The meaning of the word center doesn't mean in the midst. It means it is in the full focus of everybody. But if we keep the only avenue to know who has transgressed the law of our Commonwealth in somebody's cranny or corner or in somebody's compound, in somebody's estate, it means that if that person in the compound of his estate transgresses the law, another man at the far end of the corner of our common estate would not even know that such a person has transgressed the law. That's just what law is for. Law is not supposed to be perfect and free and foolproof. Law is just supposed to show those people who has transgressed the law of our Commonwealth. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to know. One person came onto the scene and immediately declared his assets. Another person came onto the same scene and immediately pulled the law of immunity, the avenue of immunity that allows him to transgress the law of our land. We already knew by permutation, we knew that since he has eaten the tree of the knowledge, the avenue by which we will know who will transgress the law of our Commonwealth, we already did a permutation that he is going to follow the trend that is coming, that has been on ground. Now, it will have been a miracle if it does not follow the normal law, because that's what miracle is. Miracle is nothing more than obstruction of the normal order of things. That's what miracle is, the normal principle of things. One leader came on the scene and declared his assets. The other leader immediately pulled the avenue that says law of immunity, and so did not do as you do. He already permitted that. Because he has done that, no matter the new set of law, he will forever be looking through all our bodies of law to be looking for an avenue to pull, to give him an asset to do what he wants to do. It will be a miracle if it does not follow the normal trend of things. It is known, simple knowledge. Where I grew up, we all knew. Now it will be a miracle if it doesn't follow the normal trend of life. Now let's go to a place. Is it possible for him to choose not to follow the trend of life? We believe so. It is easy. Let's play the game back to Adam and Eve. He was told, don't eat of the fruit of this tree of good and bad, that is situated at the common place, that is very easily seen by everybody in the Commonwealth of our estates. So everybody's just the avenue is right there, everybody can see it. That's why it's called mist. It is obvious for everybody to see. Now here's it. As the common trend of things went, Eve ate the fruits. But what about if Adam did not eat the fruits? Is that possible? The normal trend of things says that Adam ate the fruits. But let us perform a miracle here. Let us enter into that situation and stop Adam from eating the fruits. Now the question is that possible? That can sound like a very tactical and heavy question. Hey, but let's go fast. It is possible, because it is also obvious in the normal trend of events that at that very point when Eve ate the fruits, Adam could choose not to eat the fruits, because at that point of events Eve was deceived. So she went ahead and ate the fruits. Or was Adam too deceived? That's very funny. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was obvious, because it was also stated in the events, in the normal trend of things, that Adam was not deceived. Eve was deceived. So because Adam knew already, or because you and I can easily understand that Adam was not deceived, that means we can use the knowledge that Adam was not deceived to now perform this simple miracle. Let us stop Adam from eating the fruits, because we know that Eve was deceived, but Adam was in no wise deceived. Now that's our leaders, man. They've been telling us it's not possible, it just has to happen. Okay. But we're very sure of one thing. We know where the avenue, we know, you and I know where to locate the law that can easily enable us know any of our leaders that will keep our, that will dress, prosper, and keep the progress of our Commonwealth. Why? Because we can just know from that place. If an Adam eats the fruits, we know that he's not going to dress, prosper, and keep the wealth of our common estates. But if an Adam eats it, then we know that he is. You can play the game vice versa. If he eats the fruits, then we know if he pulls up the avenue. If he uses the avenue in the law that says that he has transgressed the law, then we know, if he uses it, then we know that he is not going to keep, dress, and prosper our common estate. But if he does not use it, then from the very start we can guess. We don't have to wait for 100 days, 400 days, 1000. We can guess right from there and say, okay, if he has done this the first day, then we can calculate where it's going to be the next time. But if he decides to pull out the law of immunity on the first day and not do as our dear friend did by declaring his own assets, then we don't need to wait for 100 days. We can just tell. Is it possible? Is it possible? In the best of my understanding, I believe it's possible. 2015 is very close, my dear beloved Nigeria. And as the law of our land stands, you and I know where the tree of good and bad is. But here's the beautiful thing about the law. Since no law was actually designed to be perfect, every law was actually designed with a loophole to allow us to easily know those people who keep to the rules of our esteemed estates, and those that will not keep to the rules of our esteemed estate. That's why it's called in the center. From once you see it, the center means in the center of our attention, easily identifiable. easily identifiable. Now there's this beautiful game everybody's playing, sovereign national conference, sovereign national conference. My dear beloved, you and I know that no law is perfect. It has never been perfect, it will never be perfect. But the good thing about this law as it stands, the Constitution of Nigeria as it stands, that anybody and everybody can easily identify the loophole in our constitution. That is good for us. It's good for us, the people of Nigeria, because once anybody crosses that, calls up any of those laws, we know that that person is not going to keep the Commonwealth of our estates. But here's the beautiful thing: the sovereign national conference, or sovereign conference, as everybody will want to put it, is just another way of moving the avenue for us to know who will transgress the law of our land from where we already know it is to places where we don't even know. It's not far-fetched. There's this poisonous mushroom. Anybody that eats it, I mean, it has got a devil's cap on it. Everybody just know, oh, that guy, they will crucify him. But there's this beautiful thing that is going on. One person, all of us have not known that anybody that eats this, that takes this avenue, that calls up this avenue, is a devil's cap. It's going to be caught. So what everybody does is now, somebody has developed a new mushroom. One of his friends came. Let me eat this mushroom. Come on, don't be stupid. Come on, be wise. If you eat this mushroom, they'll catch you. Eat this other mushroom. I mean, you can eat this one for ages and nobody's going to know. So he goes ahead and eats. He goes ahead and eats. He goes ahead and eats. Then after a while, his friends tell me, my brother, stop disturbing me. Take this mushroom, go and plant it in your estate and eat as you like. And so he does. And so it's the new game in town now. Everybody is copying up the mushroom and then planting their estate and wants to eat. God bless Nigeria, man. God bless Nigeria. My dear beloved Nigerians, I beg you, do not let them change our constitution as it is. As a law, we can spot those people, or we can easily know those people who will keep, dress, and prosper our common estates, our commonwealths. And we can easily, but once the constitution is mixed up all over again, it's still the same thing. I mean, those people that have been with us since Genesis are still with us till date, because once I know that if I eat this death cap mushroom, it's going to give me fault, and this one has already found another mushroom. So what irony means that everybody is learning how to use this new set of mushroom in their estates, and it's the game of time. It's the game of time. If we allow our leaders, our present crop of leaders, to change the constitution the way we can see it and identify it, it only means it will take us another 1999 to the year 2014 to locate where these new mushrooms are located. That's another wilderness journey, and that's tedious. But as the constitution stands as such, you and I can easily know. Let's play another story. We now know that Adam, because Adam was not deceived, Adam can easily choose not to eat the mushroom, the fruits of knowledge of good and bad. So let's do something 2015 that is coming up. Let's send all our leaders to go and meet Gideon, to help us sort out those people who actually dress, prosper, and keep our common estates. Let him sort it out. Let Gideon set it out for us. And Gideon started with 3,300. Is it 30,000 or 3,300? I think that's 32,000. Hey, 3,300. 33,000 troops. So, when Gideon was going to do the sorting out, he said, who among you is scared? At your own free will, what will you do? Will you immediately get there and understand the situation of things, call up the law of immunity, and says, based on the law of immunity, I will not call up the law of immunity and do not what is right? And then that's what Gideon did. He said, who among you is scared? And everybody said, and then automatically everybody said, how many turned back? I think 22,000 leaders turned back right there. Those people that say they want to save Nigeria. I mean, the intake that came to the next banquets where we serve milk, sugar, and then free yourself. 22,000 turned back of our leaders. I guess Gideon was wise, because he was told, the game that was told Gideon was that, look, if you take this 33,000 to this battlefield, what you will have is that you have victory already. But you see this 22,000 and 9,700 will only constitute fatality and casualty on the battlefield of the march to the progress of our Commonwealth. That was what Gideon was told. That's why God, said, I would rather prefer to go with 300 and win than go with 33,000, win quite alright, but have a lot of casualty and fatalities on the lane of our progress to success. I mean, we can count a million of casualties. And you see why they're casualties? They easily pull the law of immunity. At their own free will, they pull the law of immunity. I don't want to explain. I mean, everybody can understand what the law of immunity is if you are in present day Nigeria, 2015. Then he now went further. He was also told, yeah, 22,000 has gone back of the leaders, but there's still 9,700. These ones are casual. They are the ones that actually constitute the casualty. I mean, people with broken leg and say, and we believe them, and we believe them, At least the 22,000 will be dead and gone anyway. But and they said they were doing it. So he was actually advised, come, I will sort them out myself. Now let's do this. Let's go drink from the pool of our Commonwealth, from the storehouse of our Commonwealth, to refresh our soul, to rejuvenate for the next trend that we are going for the success is on our way. Then we now notice one beautiful thing. Some people actually dipped their mouths inside the Commonwealth and were sucking it as if they were like, piping to their backyard. Well, somewhere, and not few, actually dipped their hand into it and took only the one they needed and paid attention. So, okay, my brother still needs, I have a brother at home, how would I make sure? I mean, those are the people we want. And when, that was how to sort them out. First of all, people that cause up the law of immunity, go home if you are afraid. As your own free will, go home. Then the other 9,700 are those people who have no serious plans for the rest of the nation, for the Commonwealth of our progress. Now, the whole lot, they have to sort them out. And how is that? Those people that have no plans for our nation. Everybody have now learned how to copy the mushroom that you can eat and not get hot. The one that doesn't have the death cap on it, and the mushroom you can eat and walk freely. And they are copying it in the different estates, in the corner of the different estates. Once the Constitution, the 1999 Constitution as it stands, is changed, it means it becomes difficult for all of us to know where the avenue to locate those people who are not interested or who don't have the slightest intention. He who is faithful in little is faithful in much is a simple policy. He that calls up the law of immunity and doesn't have a game plan to prosper us, to solve our daily problems, obviously we don't have to wait for 100 days in office or 90 days in office. We can know from the very start. But please, my dear beloved Nigeria, my people, my beloved Nigeria, do not, I beg of you, it will make it difficult for us, or better still, we will have to wait another 1999 to 2015 to be able to identify the common avenues by which we can locate those people who are interested in prospering our Commonwealth and those who are not interested in prospering our Commonwealth. So I beseech you, brethren, people of my beloved nation, Nigeria. Sovereign National Conference, non-sovereign national conference, there is no perfect law. Laws were only designed to let us know those who will easily pull out that opportunity, and those people, even when they see the opportunity, they will still go ahead and declare their personal assets. They will still prefer, and they will stay within the ambit because they want to bring the prosperity of our nation. But anybody that calls up, I like the game in the Garden of Eden. We only add one avenue to know those who want to stay within the ambit of our Commonwealth, who would just prosper and keep. And we immediately know the avenue to locate those people who will not dress, prosper, and keep our Commonwealth. There was just one avenue: do not eat the fruit. But now we have millions. We have thousands in every garden. NNPC, NEPA. Okay, sorry. Federal government. We have them everywhere. But at least at the present state, everybody can locate and identify them. So once anybody crosses those avenues, pulls up any of those avenues from our present constitution, it's easy. You don't need it. It will be a miracle if after he has pulled it the first time and used it, that will now change it. He will not change it. It's very miracle. It's like Adam telling God, after when we now know and we now agree that he was not deceived, so he has the right to decide not to eat the fruits, and he has the right to eat the fruits. So if he now tells us that, okay, I'm going to pull that law of eating now, I'm going to eat the fruit, and when I'm done, I'll pull it out. It's like somebody that sold a billion, that sold several billions, and we gave him a fine of 750,000 to walk away. Yeah, if you put it out quite alright, but we know where the remaining billions went. Hey, I love Nigeria. It's a beautiful nation. My dear beloved brethren of my loved nation, please, I beg of you, do not, for the benefit of our prosperity, the same people that are there in Genesis are still there because they've learned how to transcribe the mushroom that they can eat. And that's why they are all gathering to do the same thing. Right now, everybody that wants, we're like, no, this mushroom is not good. Everybody are now clamoring to transcribe the mushroom to their separate estates. And it's a very beautiful nation. My dear beloved Nigeria, please, don't let's support the national conference. It's not even about the national conference. Any attempts to modify our constitution, the person that writes the law already knows where the loophole is. Any group of people that come around writing the law already knows where the loophole is. So if you cannot work with this one, it only means he wants to move the loophole from where we already know where it is to where probably it will take us several years and play another 1999, 2015 to find. God bless Nigeria. Nigeria, the garden of our Commonwealth. Bye.